Ooh, spooky. So it is the 5th of May. Actually, the last video ended on the 5th of May. This one's starting on the 5th of May. So I'm editing this vlog right now. Over here though, I wanted to show you something. I'll make sure to get this all focused in. Okay, so I hope you guys can see this, but basically if you can look at Vegas Pro is only using about 40%, roughly 40% of the CPU. Well, altogether it's only 41% of the CPU and 16% of the memory is actually being used. Before, with the old system, the processor power was okay. It was a good processor. It was an 8-core processor, but a higher amount of my processor was actually being used. And the memory, this is actually insane. Only 16%, most of it obviously going towards Sony Vegas, but only 16% of that memory is being used in total of 32 gigabytes. That's insane. This is awesome. I love it when updates to a system of any kind of electronic system make that big of a dent. Alright, so I am about to call it quits for today, but I'm about to call it quits for today, get some rest, watch some Home Improvement, and pass out. While playing Strider, I ended up finally beating Strider today. I mentioned it in my last video that I was playing it. Just beat it now. It only took me about 5.5 hours to beat it. It marked down that I only had 5.5 hours of gameplay. Thankfully, it did not take into account all those times that I ended up losing to the final boss. I did learn a very hard lesson in this game. I am trying to speedrun games as quick as possible right now, mainly for the fact that I'm trying to complete them. Like, I don't really care too much about the story with some of these games. It's more or less just completing the game and getting it off my backlog. It's coming back to bite me in the butt though, because I'm rushing through the games and I'm not enjoying them. When I got to the end of Strider, I couldn't beat the last boss, and I was on it for about an hour, hour and a half, for a match that should only take you about a minute and a half. So I ended up using my weapons that I got and upgraded and going back to previous levels and unlocking certain upgrades to my health and my energy to make the fight more enjoyable. When I got to the boss again, instead of like, okay, I was getting kind of nervous because I'm like, okay, this may take a while. Both first form and second form combined took me less than 5 minutes. Word to the wise, if you get into any games, don't do what I did and just speed run through games. Actually take your time to find all of the little tips and tricks to or all the little upgrades along the way and make the game enjoyable. Looking at some of the games I have, I'm gonna have to do that, which kind of sucks, because Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII, both casually playing them, takes about 40 hours a piece. So you're looking at 80 hours for 2 games. JRPGs, or Japanese RPG games, or Japanese roleplay games, those tend to take longer. A good example, Dragon Quest, when I completed that one months ago, that one took a long time, like well over 60-70 hours for that completed. Okay, I think that was what I had. I'd have to go back and look at the video, but it took me a long time to complete it, and that's for that very reason. There's so much in those games. But before I go, I do want to show you something really cool. A couple videos ago, or a few videos ago at least, I mentioned that I was in contact with an artist about getting some artwork done for my channel. Anytime I'm doing a gaming related channel, I wanted to make a character like based off of my image, but who had more of the image of the game as well. So like if I'm playing a Pokemon game, I want to be able to look like a Pokemon trainer. If I'm playing Zelda, I want to look like I fit that game. Well, my first game is going to be Stardew Valley, and I just got the artwork back from Jackie. I will have all of her information in the description box below if you want to definitely check her out. I highly recommend it. She's amazing at what she does. Absolutely love her stuff. It's awesome. But I will list all of her information. Here is the picture. I absolutely love this picture. I love how it's warm, inviting, yet jolly. It's an inviting picture. But I'm tired and I need to get some sleep, so I will see you tomorrow. Alright guys, so it is now the 7th, and some pretty big news today. This morning I had a test that I had to do for work, and this test was a lot harder than the first one I took, mainly because the first test I took when I first got the job was basically get your foot in the door type of thing. It was like a tech test, or a technician certification type of test. So that was a very easy test to study for. It was 3 pages, maybe 4 pages of just terms and notes. Very easy to understand. Memorized all of them, went in, and I passed the test flying colors. This one, a year and a half later, had me really, really nervous. It was, instead of 3 pages, it was basically anywhere from 11 pages compressed, or roughly 15 to 17 pages of just definitions. Basically what you would learn in about a semester of college. And it was extremely tough. I went in there knowing that I was going to fail this test and have to take it over again. It was only $20, so I wasn't really out too much money, but I went there, and you know it's going to be rough when 3 questions into the test you're already trying to question the existence of life on Earth. Basically what ended up happening is I walked out, because they didn't tell you if you passed or failed right away. You had to walk out, and the guy's like, okay, I'm going to go print off your sheet now, and that'll be your results. He gave me the sheet, and I looked at it with amazement and said, holy, I passed. Just, holy cow. Took me by surprise, especially when like half of those questions weren't even on the study guide, or it didn't seem like they were. The issue this time compared to last time was that when it comes to, for some reason, when it comes to government terminology, like how government run facilities try, or not really government, but government-like facilities try to run, a lot of the terms sound the same, or they won't really answer themselves. One question I had was basically along the lines of, it uses this principle to solve this thing, but then it's like, okay, well I want to know what that is, so I went and looked it up, and it's like, this is used in that principle to solve the thing that it mentioned before. It's like, okay, but what's the principle? You're not answering my question here. Like, neither one of those answered my questions, and that's basically what half of the test felt like to me. So I passed, I'm done. The only other, and to make it even harder on myself, I skipped the test. There's one test, there's a tech test which I took, and then there's another smaller test, and then there's a 1, 2, and 3. Actually, I skipped 2. I took the technician test, skipped the other small one and the 1, and I took 2. I can't take 3. I mean, I can take 3, don't get me wrong, and I probably will shortly, like within the next couple years. The only issue is apparently, from what I read, I want to get this straight before I take the test. Apparently, if I take 3 has separate rules set up for it, that I can only do those rules. Like, I can only do what those duties are. I can't do what the other ones have. So before I actually confirm that, or before I get the test, I want to confirm that. So overall, it was a really exciting day for me. I told the guy I was going to celebrate and get Taco Bell. I ended up didn't getting Taco Bell. I just did some work, and that was it. Came home and slept for a little bit. But yeah, that was my morning. And just to give you an update on the whole gaming, PC gaming thing so far, I've completed DuckTales Remastered. That game is actually very fun, very short. But if you're looking for a fun game just to sit down and play, a casual game, highly recommend it. It's very fun. It's very reminiscent of the old school game back on, I want to say that was a NES game. I think so. I don't think it was a Super Nintendo game. But it was really, really fun. So that's a blast. I knocked out most of Skyrim right now. The main story with Skyrim, I always thought it was the Civil War and the dragons. When, in all honesty, when I look at the main quest that's listed on the Skyrim webpage, it's only the dragon storyline. So once I complete the dragon storyline, the main storyline is done. Everything else is extra. So I'm going to cruise through that this week, finish that as soon as possible, and work on any other small games I have. It's going to take a while. Some of these games are just really time consuming. But moving forward with the channel, what I've decided, when I get my own place and I start focusing more on the gaming aspect of it, along with the videos that I'm currently making, I'm going to be splitting the channel into 2 groups. This channel will remain my vlog channel, my travel channel, my vlog channel, whatever it is, whatever I want to post on here art-wise, that'll all be on this channel. My gaming videos will all be moved over to a separate channel. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but when it does happen, I will let you know, of course, and we'll go from there. But as of right now, everything is staying on this channel until I have a better foothold with the whole gaming thing whenever I get my own place. But that's enough excitement for today. I am going to pass out with some home improvement in the background over here once I actually start playing it, and I'm going to just call it quits for the night. That'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and share and subscribe if you haven't. More the merrier, and I will see you all next time. Take care.